everyone. It's been 2 weeks since I recorded my last podcast, and I'm sad to say that not a lot of knitting happened. I had a really hectic couple weeks. My son got married last weekend, and I had a lot to do leading up to that, and then at the same time I found out I had a new class to teach that I had never taught before, which meant I had a lot of lectures to prep and assignments to make, and yeah, all that stuff. It's all behind me now. Oh, by the way, welcome new viewers. Welcome returning viewers alike. Sorry, I'm a little rusty on the whole podcasting thing. But if you don't know me, if you're a new viewer, I'm a university professor. I teach classes about fashion and about human relationships and about crafting, like metalwork crafting and art making, and yeah, I all those artsy, craftsy types of things. That's my jam. That's what I love, as well as like this. So in art making, there's a social aspect. So I am really into the social side of things as well as the art making thing. So art and social interaction kind of tie together and make, I don't know, crafty, artsy things that matter to society. So that's me in a nutshell. So I didn't get a lot of knitting done. For those of you who don't know, if you're a new viewer, I flew to Cozumel for my son's wedding, and I was incredibly stressed. And I'm not going to talk about it too much now because it's kind of like a lot of like not positive stuff to talk about. I'll tell you more later. Like, I think, once the dust settles and I really fully wrap my head around some of the issues that arose, and I'm sure they'll be gone. And I know a lot of returning viewers. I'm going to apologize to you right now. I don't have dresses. I don't have pictures of my dress. The family, the wedding photographer asked that no pictures be taken of the bridal party or of the ceremony. So I was in the ceremony, and I was part of the bridal party, so I couldn't navigate around that easily. And my family members that were not part of the wedding party respected those wishes. So I don't really have any pictures of me in the dress. I'm hoping that there might be some from the reception. I'm not sure. But I haven't had time to sift through the 600 or 700 pictures that my family members took. They did give them to me, but I have to, it's, in order to show like a really good picture of my dress, of me and my dress at the wedding, I will need to sift through those. So next time, hopefully, I'll have some time this week. Wow, I have a lot to tell you, and it's not a lot of knitting. So I don't know. Do I just like babble right now, or no? Let me talk knitting. Let's talk about what I did get done. So one sec. This is North African mint tea from David's Tea. It is yummy. It is one of my favorite. It's flavored with cardamom seeds, like pods. They put that in the mint. It's so good. So good. One of my favorites. It's like something I always keep on hand. Okay. I don't have any whips. The only thing I can tell you, I did talk about this last time, so if you're a new viewer, this will be new to you. But returning viewers will know. I finished this shawl. This is, I did name it. I called it the wait, let me make sure I'm saying it right. Nikama shawl. Nikama means comfort in Hebrew, and I have been immersed in Jewish culture for a long time, ever since I started working in the garment industry, and I work with a lot of Jewish people, and I've learned a lot of Hebrew, and I have like kind of a gay Hebrew husband, like back from my bartending days. I tease totally tease. But yeah, so I've been around Israelis and Hebrew people for a long, long time. And when I made this shawl, I just thought it was so cozy and comfortable, and I really just wanted to name it something that meant comfort. So I looked up the word comfort in different languages, and that came up. That's actually, Nikama is a name that for either boys or girls in Israel. So I just love it. And I looked on Ravelry, and only one other person had used it, and it was for a like a cowl. So I'm going to call this the Nikama with an H at the end shawl. And I did wear it on the plane to Cozumel, and it was wonderful. It felt so good. It was super cozy. It was exactly what I needed for a plane ride. And going from hot climate into air conditioning, it was perfect. I just wrapped up in it and dozed off on the flights, both going and coming home. And I was super happy that I had it. And it's just beautiful. It's just freaking beautiful. I talked about the yarns and stuff that I used in the last episode, and I'm going to be talking about them more when the pattern's ready to be released. So I just wanted to share with returning viewers and new viewers alike the name Nikama, and I'll have it on screen. So I probably already put it on screen by now, so you can see it. But it's so great. And honestly, like, this is the best part. I love these tassels. I had said last time that this was the first time I ever made tassels, and they're just adorable. And they're so easy to make. Everyone should make tassels sometime at some point in their lives, because it is really easy. And yeah. So my other work in progress is right here. It's the Humulus sweater by Isabel Kramer. It is my second Isabel Kramer pattern. I freaking love this thing. I did not get very much work done. Let me show you somewhere here. Okay, right here. So I hooked this little pattern marker on when I got on the plane, like when we went to the airport in, I live in northern New Jersey, by the way. I'm a little remiss about telling you where I am. I live in northern New Jersey, so I live very close to New York City. So the 3 New York City airports are the airports that I fly out of whenever I go anywhere. I always try for Newark because it's closest to my house. And yeah, so we got to Newark Airport, and I hooked the pattern marker, this cute little pattern marker from I don't even remember where, probably Sugar Tots, Frosted Betty's, not really sure. But I got it at Halloween, and it's a sugar skull because we were going to Mexico, and I wanted a sugar skull. So yeah, that's all I knit. That's not very much. I didn't get much done, and I kept this handy, this sweater handy, through most of the trip. It was really, really hot, and it was kind of hot to keep a big sweater, a big piece of knitwear, a big piece of wool on my lap while I was away, like, and sitting in that heat. I'm not a big tanner. You can probably tell, like, I don't look tan, right? I mean, maybe a little bit. I'm not really into it. I'd rather just sit in the shade and enjoy the warm weather and and I love to swim. So I was in the ocean a lot. But yeah, I probably have, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 8 more inches to knit of the body, and then I can start on the sleeves. I'm doing this sweater, the Humulus sweater, as part of a knit along for my own group. I only have 2 other knitters knitting right now. So those 2 knitters both got skeins of yarn from me at the end of May, and they're probably going to get 2 skeins of yarn from me, another skein each at the end of June if they finish. One of them has already finished, and she'll post it in the thread, so she'll definitely be getting something. I may actually have some books that I've been wanting to give away, so I may end up just doing books. And I know I promised that I was going to show everyone what I was giving away, and I forgot to grab them out. So sorry. We'll talk about it next time. But if hopefully you're like, if you're working on one of these, a Humulus sweater, you can join the Cal now. It's not too late. It's definitely not too late. Let me show you the finished sweater. This is in black and white. That's what it looks like. You can see lots of pictures on Instagram. The body on the Instagram photo is a pale gray, and then the pattern work is in yellow, so it's really cute. And let me tell you about my yarns. So the body of my sweater is made out of this really special yarn that I'm so excited about. It is by Jill Draper, so it's Jill Draper Makes Stuff. So there you go. Okay. It is her Rockwell base. The color is brownstone. So you can see it's a DK weight yarn. It's 280 yards, 4 ounces. It is 100% Cormo Merino crossbred wool. And she subscribes to the sheep to skein philosophy. So she shears, I don't think she shears sheep herself. I'm not really sure. But the sheep get sheared. The skeins go to the mill, they get spun, and then she dyes. She dyes her yarns. And with this yarn, let me show you it up close. I have a swatch, so I'm going to just show you the swatch up close. So up close, you can see, oops, you can see it's a 3-ply. You see that there? It's a 3-ply yarn. The darkest ply is natural brown sheep. And then the other 2 plies are white that she overdyes. So every time she dyes a batch, she names it a different color. I bought my yarn from Brooklyn General Store, and I'll have a link in the show notes in Brooklyn. And Brooklyn General Store is a crafty store. So she sells fabric and she sells yarn, and she was having a sale and I just happened upon it. I had Jill Draper's yarn on my mind, and I had an idea or thought that I really wanted to make something with it. I didn't know what, but I wanted to make something. And I don't know, things just kind of fell into place for me. On this endeavor. The contrasting yarn, this like pale, it looks a little like kind of gray on screen, but it's actually an icy blue, and it is called Cold as Ice. This is the color name. It is from Plucky Knitters. It is their snug worsted weight. And it is 70% merino, 20% cashmere, 10% alpaca. So soft. So soft. This is the swatch that I made when I was doing gauge with the 2 colors. I don't know if you could see the blue better if I put it closer. I don't think so. But I did block the swatch, and it is so much softer. This Rockwell base just softens up unbelievably. Like, it's a pretty rustic feel on the hand right now. But washed, it just feels amazing. I'm so excited. I'm super, super excited to get this done, and well, then I'm gonna have a long wait for it to get cold enough that I can wear it. But you never know. Like upstate New York, which isn't too far from me, like a couple hours where my parents live, where my brother lives, it can get pretty chilly at night. So like a sweater like this could be pretty nice to have for those colder, especially this time of year in June. It can get pretty cool at night. You know, since going to Mexico and having like the temperature be pretty much the same day and night, I so appreciate the cooler nights. I really appreciate them. It's awesome sleeping weather. So yeah, that is my Humulus sweater. So I'm doing pretty good, don't you think? Like, it's not bad. I'm you know, now that I've been home, I've been knitting a little bit more consistently, and like trying to find my normal again. And it's been, I bought this, by the way, I'm wearing a traditional Mexican blouse. I bought 3 of these, and 2 of them are very similar. This one is machine embroidered, but the other one that I bought that's similar to this, it's on natural colored cotton, which is kind of like the color of the walls behind me. And it is hand embroidered, but similar design, but a little more rustic because it's hand done. But yeah, and then I have a 3rd one that's really cute. I think it's also hand done, hand embroidered. But yeah, I really lucked out, and the prices in Mexico are really inexpensive. And you know, they know that we have like our dollars are really strong against our pesos, and I may have gotten ripped off on a couple things, but kind of goes with the territory, I think, of like traveling to Mexico. Anyway, I really enjoyed shopping there though, and I enjoyed the people. The people were so welcoming and so friendly and so kind, and just wow, you try a little Spanish and they were just so happy, like just so, I mean, yeah, yeah, it was great. I had a really awesome time. Okay. So that's my one work in progress. I made a little bit more progress on my Mama Lukers, which are basically knitted bloomers. See right there? Knitted bloomers. The designer's name is Maya Carlson. All this will be on the screen in a sec. And yeah, I'm a little nervous that these are going to be a little small on me, but I'm making a size that is supposed to fit me. I did measure, I did swatch and I measured, and I mean, these look so small. I know I have a small waist, but I don't know. Anyway, this is what I've knitted so far. It's about 3 inches. I'd say more, maybe more like 2.5. I don't think I have the, do I? I do. I have the tape measure. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's 3 inches. I have 3 inches knitted. I have to knit in 2x2 rib for 8 inches. I mean, it has a lot of stretch. I'm just a little leery. I'd hate to knit the whole 8 inches and then be like, let me try it on, and oh, I can't even get it over my fat thighs. Oh. But it's been a super easy fun knit. It's living in my Jezebel bag that is Jessie B, I think. Jezebel B bag that she's on Etsy, though everyone's leaving Etsy now. Have you noticed? So Etsy raised their prices, so people are leaving Etsy. So we really have to rely on Instagram. I hope you guys are all on Instagram and you all are paying attention to the notices that yarn dyers and bag makers are sending. Because Etsy raised their, like, almost doubled their prices on those poor vendors. Like, I feel bad for them. I think it's super important that we support them no matter where they go. And I think Instagram is a good way to kind of keep track of sales and stuff like that, and could be quite useful. And also email for newsletters. Sign up for newsletters of vendors whose work you like, no matter whether they're on Etsy or not. I think it's really important. That's my pitch. That's my pitch for the makers, because the makers need help, and we want them to keep making because their stuff is so cool and unique compared to mass market stuff. And yeah, hopefully you agree with me. If you agree with me, you should hit the like button. I tease, kind of, a little bit. Yeah, so these are my knitted bloomers. I am using Plucky Knitters. I don't know if I have the thing eating. I don't think I have it. So this is the yarn. It is Plucky Knitters Primo fingering weight. There you go. The color is called Jack of All Trades. It's a gray yarn that I got at a D-stash. I got it there. It was listed on Ravelry as a D-stash. I bought 3 skeins. Maybe I have the ticket. It's kind of in an awkward spot. If I go to grab it, I'm likely to like pull a muscle, so I'm gonna not grab it. I'm gonna just go with it. The blend is a merino cashmere nylon, so it's super soft, which I thought would be really awesome for wearing close or next to skin. I'm knitting on size 1 needles, US size 1 or 2.25 millimeter. The pattern called for 2.5 millimeter, which is like a 1.5, and I didn't get gauge. So and then even with the 1 millimeter, my gauge was slightly off, but it was like a half a stitch off, and I thought, okay, well, I think I need it to be slightly bigger than the way the pattern's written, so I figured I'd be okay. But now I'm looking at this really incredibly tiny small waist. This would fit over one of my legs, so I'm a little concerned. Yes, I know it stretches a lot. I don't know. We'll see. If I have to rip it off, I have to rip it out. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to think too much about it. So those are the only works that I got done. I didn't really get a lot of other things done. Grading has been really like blowing my mind. Like just the level of grading that I have to do for my class, as well as the preparation. I do have a couple new acquisitions to share that I will show you in a second. I just want to have this little chit chat with you about my class. I had talked to viewers last time, 2 weeks ago, about the fact that I have a new class that I've never taught, and that class marries volunteerism, so volunteerism with crafting. And so I asked my students to volunteer at an organization where they would help a group of people craft something that was then, those crafts were then going to be gifted to an organization that was in need. So they could do things like knit preemie baby hats for babies in need, or knit hats for homeless people, or knit socks for homeless people, or they could craft out of like paper towel tubes and other items. They could craft toys for animal shelter animals, or they could knit or crochet blankets for animal shelter animals. Like, I have a long list of probably like 20 or 30 craft or organizations that accept handcrafted items. And I gave that to my students. I only have 7 students. 7, maybe I have 8. I might have 8. But I have a really teeny amount of students, which is awesome because I get paid the same whether it's 2 students or 20. So I'm happy it's only 7 or maybe 8. I can't remember right now. Yeah, it's awesome. So, and they all, so I gave them control, and I said, here are organizations that accept craft. Here are organizations that have groups of people, like either seniors or children, that would be willing to make things with you. So all you need to do is facilitate it. So I asked my students to be the facilitator of these not-for-profit crafty items, and they came back with the most amazing, like, proud professor craft items or craft projects. So I am so excited. So basically what I did was I asked my students to submit a proposal by last weekend, and then the next 4 weeks they spend carrying out their proposal, and they're supposed to keep track of everything, the ups and downs, the goods and bads, the positives and negatives of the experience, and then write me a paper evaluating and assessing how it went, as well as make a presentation to their fellow classmates about how it went. So I won't know really anything until July 3rd. They're just cranking along, doing their thing. I read their proposals. They all sounded freaking amazing, like so good, so amazing. I'm so excited to see the work that they do. I signed up to teach the class again next winter, so next December, January, I'll be teaching it again if enough students sign up, and I think more and more it's going to get more and more popular as students figure out what the class is about. But I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. So I'll keep you posted. In July, I'll give you an update on how it went in that class. It's just really good. It's just like so heartfelt. Okay, so that's what I've been up to. The Crafting for Causes class, the just my regular not crappy, but like my regular job duties. Being on vacation at my son's wedding in Mexico and not really knitting very much because I should have knitted more because I was really stressed out, and it would have helped me sort of calm. And doing a little bit of work on these 2 things and my brand new class. And yeah, that's where I'm at. You're all caught up now. Now I can show you new stuff. So I bought a new book on knitting. I think this just came out, but it is called Japanese Stitches Unraveled. So it's 160 stitch patterns that the author unraveled to understand the what was going on, and then wrote instructions for them. They were patterns that presumably had no instructions, and they're really pretty cool. I mean, some of them I definitely have seen before. Like, wait, I want to show you this one if I can get the page to open. I just saw it. Wait, where did it go? It was the stitch that I swear I did on my very first full sweater. No, that wasn't quite it. But yeah, I'm going to show you a couple pages in a sec. I'm just looking for one that would easily show you what the oh yeah, here's one. What the stitches look like without giving away the patterns. So you see, so there's these massive swatches, and then over here on the page that's off screen are the directions on how to make it. So it's a Stitch Dictionary book, and I think it just came out. I think it's pretty new. It's by Bernard. Wendy Bernard. And there are also some patterns in the book, some full patterns of sweaters and mittens and things. And hang on one sec, I'm going to give you the publication date. I think it's fairly new. Maybe she hasn't. There's also like some basic yarny information, like how to swatch and all that good stuff. Yeah, I don't see the publication date. That's really weird. But I think it's pretty new. Oh, here it is. It's on the back page. That's weird. Very weird. 2018. Yeah, so this just came out. Probably the other podcasters will be talking about it soon, because that's what we do. We all buy the same book and we all talk about it. The other stash acquisition is not yarn, though I did join a club, so you're going to get to see it. So Stitch Together Studio did a Johnny Cash club, which I love Johnny Cash. Who doesn't love Johnny Cash? I just love his Folsom Prison album. So good. So she did a club, a 3-month club of it's a sock yarn club. I don't remember exactly which one I picked. I'll let you know when I get it. And I believe I bought July, August, and September. And she told us the songs that she was going to be inspired by each of those months. And they were really, really typical Johnny Cash classics. So they'll be very good. It'll be good. You know what? All I thought, like, if you're a longtime viewer of my channel, you're going to know that, you're going to already know this, but I love anything with black speckles. If it has black speckles, sign me up. And I just thought, Johnny Cash, they're going to have black speckles. So super excited about that. So yeah, I have no yarn because I haven't been home to shop for yarn, and I didn't buy any yarn when I was in Cozumel. There might have been a yarn shop. I'm not sure. I didn't even try to find one. I didn't really have a lot of time. I only had time to shop the very last day. And then we were leaving that day. So I really only had I had a couple hours in the morning, and then I went back to my hotel, grabbed my suitcase, and hightailed it to the airport. It was super pretty though. Gorgeous, gorgeous country, and like I said, everyone was welcome and friendly, and it was really cool. I loved it. My other stack acquisition, which arrived while I was gone, is this beautiful, let's see if I can show you without showing it to you in a lump, this gorgeous watermelon toned linen, 100% linen. It is, it's kind of see-through, not too bad though. I mean, I'll probably make a dress out of it. If I have enough fabric, I will line it. I haven't done any sewing since the dress I made for my son's wedding. And, yeah, and that was a real labor of love. I really just wanted to make something that would be pleasing to him and to my daughter-in-law. I just really wanted them to have a happy day and not be stressed about me or my stuff. And yeah, so is that it? Yeah, this is kind of a short one. Apologies. I will be back on track this next week though, because I am in that lovely week between summer sessions where I have finished an intense summer session. My one summer class isn't going to give me anything till July 3rd, so I'm in really great shape. And I'm starting a new summer class on Monday, but yeah, they don't turn anything in until next weekend. So I will be podcasting before I even have to grade one thing. So I'm super happy about that, just having a relief from grading. And then by like July 9th or 10th or so, I'm completely done teaching for about a good 2 months. And yeah. So I look forward to like being a little more crafty and getting a few more things done and showing you more. And I hope to sew. I want to sew that watermelon linen because it's amazing. And I have other fabric that I bought, like, I don't know, a month and a half ago that I never made into anything. And I've got to go to Mood. I've got to sew up these things and go to Mood so I can tell you about them. Tell you about Mood and make more things. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Sorry if this was kind of like a whirlwind of an episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you liked my ad hoc and sort of tumultuous approach to podcasting. All right, see you next time. Bye, everyone. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you next week. Take care.